This is a myth.
For you, yeah.
Dark Matters.
Hey, Sky Phillips here. It's been a while since we visited with one another, and I have something that's kind of weighing on my mind. I just want to take a couple of minutes to make a statement about this. I don't think it's going to change anything, but I got to get it off my chest because I believe it's wrong. I believe what's happening in America right now is wrong. And I'm sure you would agree with me. And there are a lot of people that voted for the current president that starting to have thoughts of regret because of what's happening right now. We are more divided than we've ever been in this country outside of the Civil War. Right now, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. You see, the parties that are in control, they know how you think. For 45 years in radio, I had to know how you thought. I had to know what you liked, what you didn't like, what was dear to you. That's part of doing research when you're dealing with the masses. But what I read over the weekend just really upset me. And today I thought, I just can't go another day without saying this. Right now, the powers that are in charge, whether they be Democrat, Republican, or Independent, they are fundamentally changing America to a country that you're not going to recognize and you're not going to want to be a part of. And there's real good reason for that. They want absolute power. Absolute power. And you know what they say about that? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And right now, what's happening in America is they're trying to take your First Amendment right, your Second Amendment right, and they're trying to crash the economy because they want to go to a electronic monetary system. They're doing it under the guise of COVID-19, which causes people to suffer stress, depression, all these different things. So they're crashing the economy. What they're wanting to do, and I don't know if you realize this or not, they want to federalize the police force in America. Why? Because if you got a federal police force, you can whip people into shape whichever way you want. You just tell the people in the military to target this or target that. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that will disagree with that, but hey, what else can you call it? This upsetting event over the weekend in Del Mar, Delaware, where a police officer showed up at 5 a.m. in the morning for a domestic dispute. Now, I'm thinking in my mind, 5 a.m. in the morning, either somebody's been drinking all night long or they're upset because somebody didn't make somebody lunch for that day. I don't know what the case is in my mind, but I can tell you what happened because it's there. If you don't believe me, you can go to the Delaware State Police site and you can read about it. This officer walked in on a domestic dispute. When he walked in, he was surprised, attacked by the perpetrator, who then proceeded to beat the man almost to death. The police officer is suffering very grave trauma and head injury right now. I'm not going to go into details because I know too many people in Delaware and I don't want to be insensitive. I just don't want to. But I can tell you the reason why this happened wasn't because it was just some crazy guy in there. He didn't have backup. He didn't have backup. I mean, if you're walking into a situation, especially a domestic situation, and you don't know what's going on, you are lining yourself up for attack. And that's what happened to this police officer. He had nobody who had his back. Nobody. This is what's happening in America. And it's just like plane crashes. And I used to track this when I was younger. I had a fascination with it. Every time that a plane would crash, for the next month or a month and a half, every plane crash in the world was then put on TV. And they reported on it. So now what we're going through is we're going through all of these different events. What you're seeing is you're not seeing a police force out of control. You're seeing what the police have had to put up with in many of these drug-infested neighborhoods where there's a high level of violence. They don't care for their own lives. Why should they care about yours? Folks, if we don't turn this country around, and it's going to take everybody. It's going to take everybody. We are in trouble. We are in big trouble. Every man, woman, and child in this country is going to be burdened with what they have borrowed for what they call COVID relief and stimulus packages. They just keep going and going and going. And we're in the, what is it, $26 trillion right now? Wow. Unbelievable. Folks, something's got to be done. And I can tell you that something doesn't need to be the military. And that something isn't dividing the country. That something isn't crashing the economy. And that something is not taking away your First and Second Amendment rights. Got to fight back. If you don't fight back, who's going to fight for you? Peace. Pray for the family of the officer in Delmar. Pray for the two elderly people and those people caught up in the violence that's going on in this country, perpetrated by individuals who want to collapse America. Catch you next time. Peace. Sky Phillips, darkmatterstv.com. Thank you so much for watching.